Hello, I have a young author here today. Actually, that's not true. He's more than an author. He holds about 7 different positions, but each and every one of them are of interest to you. Today, Denale Powell on The Bernie Hayes Show. Welcome back. My guest is Denale Powell. Denale, welcome, man.
Thank you. I'm pleasure
so
to be here.
See you, man. You know,
it's an honor to be here. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
I see so many different things on your lapels. What do they represent?
Absolutely. Well, we'll start with one of my favorite ones. This is just a black entrepreneur pin. This represents this entrepreneurship at its whole. You know, I'm a big advocate of entrepreneurship. I think I have my daughter who's 13. She has 2 businesses, so I'm always preaching. My wife said I try to make everybody entrepreneurs.
Okay.
But I say I try to tell everybody to see their power, find their power. So.
Well, what are the other 2 lapels?
Now, this is actually 100 Black Men. So
100 Black Men?
Been a part of the 100 Black Men St. Louis chapter for about 5 years.
Okay.
Economic chair there, too. So.
And the one below that?
This is actually the only HBCU in St. Louis, Harris-Stowe State University.
Harris-Stowe State University, same as this cup here, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Denale works at Harris-Stowe State University, and he's the one that does all our flyers for me, for the shows that we give, and the wing fling and everything else. So we work together at Harris-Stowe State University.
Absolutely.
And I'm so proud just to know him because he's such a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Thank you.
And talent. And now you're the author of a brand new book.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's been a long time coming, like how they say. So yeah. It's a new book. This book is titled "Thank You for Your Time. ... You're Fired."
Wow. The journey to becoming an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
For Denale Powell. Well, what's the significance of this?
This book is dual purpose. One, it has stories intertwined, so personal stories about successes, failures in the corporate America world, transition from college to corporate. Expectations, and then transitioning into entrepreneurship and having an entrepreneurial spirit that just won't die. You know, so it was times that, and you know, you go from part-time entrepreneurship to full-time, and kind of the journeys that I've had with the probably 7 or 8 different businesses. You know.
Wow. Okay, and that's the front of the book. Let's see the back cover of the book too. It has your picture on it, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So dream it, live it. Become it. Denale Powell weaves a master's tale of survival in a corporate world while heeding the call to do his own thing. Draw from experience that we all share when faced with the ultimate decision. What am I going to do with myself? How will I survive? The etc. Become all too real as his journey takes on the ultimate challenge of entrepreneurial success. Wow, that's a lot to say. That's beautiful. You know, you've done so many things. You're an athlete, assistant track coach at Harris-Stowe State University.
Yeah.
Member of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Absolutely. It's about 20 years now.
Yeah. So
out of High Chapter, spring '99.
How do you find time to do all this?
You know what? And I actually do workshops too. I forgot to mention that I'm a speaker too, a youth motivational speaker.
Sure. Yeah.
But what I talk about a lot is time management. Right?
Okay.
And I always start off by saying, you know, we all have the exact amount of time in a day, right? And it's broken down into 3 different phases. So it's committed time.
Okay, look in that camera.
It's maintenance time.
Okay.
And it's also discretionary time.
Okay.
And these times, those are the 4 different types of times. And what I break it down is how to actually schedule time, and discretionary time is the time that we all have separately to become legendary, I say. So your maintenance time is when you're sleeping and you're recharging your batteries. Committed time is if you're at your 9 to 5 or you're in school from and so forth. So. So that's what I really try to. So I make time to do my passion point, which is my business opportunities and creating opportunities for others. I probably had about 30 or 40 young people work for me in the last 15 years.
Wow. Okay. So what inspired you to do this?
You know what? Stories like I said, I had a couple of stories in the book referring to my dad. My dad was a chemist, MBA. From Detroit, Michigan. I'm born in Detroit, raised in Kankakee, Illinois.
Okay.
It's stories like this. It's several stories because I had personal stories too. But my dad worked for a company for several companies, but in Kankakee for about 18, 19 years. After this, he was quality control director, had about 100, 200 some people under him, a good 6-figure paying job.
Okay.
We even had interns there earlier. My brother, I'm the youngest of three. We had internships there. He would allow, he was a big enough wig to have us do internship. But he was laid off out the blue when a lot of times companies will do mergers and everything. And this spawned several of the chapters in the book. One is avoiding the go watch syndrome. But just watching my dad go from
the go watch syndrome.
Avoid the go watch syndrome.
Yeah.
That's a chapter in the book.
I mean, what does it entail?
That means I'll say my grandfather, he worked for, and my grandfather, my grandparents, they may have worked for a company for 30, 40 years, retire there, get their retirement package, and you're done. Nowadays, it's not the same. Companies aren't as loyal, and employees aren't as loyal.
They don't care about it.
No. So you go to the highest bidder, so to speak, or that job will outsource you with the quickness, or they'll shift. If it's not a good business move for them, they may hire 2 or 3 younger people. What happened to my dad? They hired 2 to 3 younger, right out of college professionals for a fraction of the salary he was getting.
Of course.
So from a business standpoint, okay, but from a loyalty standpoint, you have this guy out now, and at this time he's in his mid-50s. He's not a tech guy. No one's going to pay him that type of money and that. So I saw him go through a transition where he was trying to recalibrate, find himself again.
So he was replaced.
He was definitely replaced with a blink of an eye after all this time, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And they don't think about the aftermath of that. You know, they say, oh, you're laying on your feet, you're smart, you're an educated guy. But then there's a culture barrier. So if you're a certain age, whether you're a senior or younger, right out of college, you have certain barriers you have to kind of know how to navigate through.
Yeah. You got to really manipulate and then know how to say, get around those particular barriers, because there are certain barriers that are up there. Absolutely. You also affiliated with the Better Family Life.
Absolutely.
What do you do there?
I'm actually the economic chair, and I've been a member for about 7 or 8 years. And that's that organization. I always say it feeds me in a certain way. So unapologetically African organization that talks about. I'm there for the financial literacy piece.
Sure.
I teach 12 to 16-year-old about entrepreneurship, financial literacy. So, and I get joy out of that. You know, that's a program called Communiversity. So this program is a Saturday school from 10 to 2. And what we do is we re-educate them. We have African American studies. We have goal setting, mission, good citizenship. We have these programs. We take these young scholars through, and they have a ceremony and they go to the next level and so forth. We want to, and that's a nationwide model that we'll take to Detroit, Chicago, and so forth. Sure. But been a member for years, doing panel discussions as far as Powernomics, doing workshops on business.
Wow.
It's a difference.
So well, you know, a lot of folks don't know that Better Family Life have those different components, because they see James out on the street talking about put down the gun and so forth.
Very good brother.
But Malik, Ahmed, and Deborah, they built Better Family Life to a wonderful, wonderful position, man. And I'm glad to see that you're in the economic branch of that.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's teaching too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just an awesome organization, powerful organization.
So you do so much, Denale. What is your primary focus now, other than getting this book to the hands of those who need it?
Right. My primary focus is legacy building, right? So that's why I'm on a madman mission, so to speak. So obviously, you know, we're pregnant now. We're expecting in March. You know, a son or a daughter, don't know yet. But we have a daughter that's 13.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a daughter that's 13 going on.
What's her name?
Marina.
So Powell. Marina Powell. Okay.
Well, Marina Castro Lester.
Castro. Okay.
But we have one to embed the entrepreneurial traits in her. So she was at the Kwanzaa Expo, being a Better Family Life. She had a slime business, lemonade business. So teaching the entrepreneurial tools, because a quote that Dr. Claude Anderson would always say: to have your children grow up, get educated, and they have to beg for a job is criminal, right? Wow. So I take that, and I read a lot of his book, Powernomics, and a few others, and I really believe that it's our job as parents, as mentors, as leaders, to provide economic platforms for generations to come. So that's my why kind of behind it.
So you believe in young people?
Absolutely.
So this is great to see you. You do so many things. I know you're an athlete. You're in the Wrestling Hall of Fame at your high school.
Yeah.
And then you wrestled in college and so forth. And now you're the assistant track coach at Harris-State State University. Yeah. And so much to talk about with Denale Powell.
Thank you.
And he's here with us. And he's a graphic designer. He does all our graphics for us here at Harris-State State University. And it's just so wonderful. And I just want to say thank you, Denale, for what you do.
Thank you.
And Reverend Larry Rice, knowing that you asked, the first thing you did when you came in, you was asking about the condition of New Life Evangelistic Center.
Absolutely.
So Reverend Larry Rice wants you to have this book that tells the story.
Wow. I appreciate it.
With that.
Really appreciate it.
Well, he would love to have you here. And also, you notice these cups, these mugs are from the Bernie Hayes Show. Reverend Rice wants everyone viewing us to have a mug, and here's how to get one.
For many years, Bernie Hayes has been on the front lines leading the charge for social justice. It's been a great privilege of mine to get to know Bernie personally, and I want us, in celebration of all that Bernie has done, to share with you one of these very special Bernie Hayes mugs and a copy of a book, Through the Fires, which tells you about the battle for social justice at 1411 Locust, where gentrifiers came into the neighborhood and literally shut down the church at the New Life Evangelistic Center at 1411 Locust Street because they didn't want those kind of people in the neighborhood. Direct bigotry. Now, if you'll request this mug and share a gift of $25 or more, we'll send you this book, 328 pages that go into great detail on all the manipulating behind the scenes and on the scenes that took place in order for the city of St. Louis to consider it a nuisance because there were hurting and homeless people in the neighborhood. We would love to see a beloved community that when development takes place in a community, instead of the poor and the elderly and the homeless being pushed out, it's a beloved community that welcomes people from all over, regardless of their racial background or who they might be. They're people made in the image of God. Bernie Hayes has fought for that for years. And now we're teaming up with Bernie in a very special and powerful way. If you'll just call in our 421-302, or you can send your special gift and just say, please send me the Bernie Hayes mug. We will include in that Through the Fire, historical book that I've written on how the St. Louis gentrifiers tried to destroy a church because of its homeless congregations. You know, there's a common saying that if your neighbor's house on fire, yours in danger also. The bigotry, the hypocrisy in the city of St. Louis affects all of us. I thank God for Bernie, who has continued to point it out and root it out. Now we're teaming up with Bernie. When you request the Bernie Hayes mug and share a gift of $25 or more to New Life Evangelistic Center, I'll include my book, Through the Fire. We'd love to hear from you. Share now. P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back. My guest is Denale Powell of Harris Stowe State University. He's the author of a brand new book called You're Fired. He's an entrepreneur. He's an educator. He's an athlete. He's so much. And Denale, the St. Louis Football Classic is returning.
Yes, it's awaited. After long awaited years, so we're bringing the Heritage Classic back. So athletic director. So what it is 3 different HBCUs. So we have obviously the Harris Stowe State University,
which is the only HBCU in the area,
the city of St. Louis. Absolutely. Sure. HSSU strong, right? Hashtag.
Yeah. And
then we have Kentucky State University, which is the HBCU in Kentucky.
Okay.
Had a lot of friends from Kankakee that went there in the mid to early 90s.
All right.
And then also we have Lincoln University. So we have
Lincoln University of Missouri.
Yes, in Jefferson City, Missouri.
Okay.
And then so we have the basketball game is between Harris Stowe State University and Lincoln University.
Okay.
There's a football classic on the 23rd. That's that Saturday between Kentucky State University and then Lincoln University.
So we're having basketball and football.
Absolutely, it's a 2-day event.
Double classic.
Right,
almost.
and then we have the Battle of the Bands too. So that's Kentucky State University and Lincoln University. So it's a whole weekend of bringing back that HBCU festivities. So it should be fun. Man, and right now tickets are $30 for all of the whole weekend.
Okay.
So it's
one $30 ticket.
Yes.
Provides all. That's wonderful.
That's limited time, October 1st. But right now,
$30, 2 tickets, 1 price. Yeah. That's unbelievable. So it's going to be at the Dome?
Yeah, well, the football game will be at the Dome. Mm-hmm. The Chaffetz will house the game and the Battle of the Bands.
Okay. So how can I get more information about that?
You go to the website, or there's actually a link. It's hssu.edu, Show Me Classic. Okay. Show Me Classic, and it has all the information.
But can they call you directly? You have a phone number?
Absolutely. Call me at 618-593-1545.
Say that again.
It's 618-593-1545.
How about, you have an Instagram account?
Absolutely. It's at Mr. Network Says.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about email and website?
Yeah, websites have a few. So we'll start with www.mrnetworksays.com.
Okay, say that again because people may want to write that down.
Okay, it's www.mrnetworksays.com.
Okay.
We also can go with www.quicksparkmedia.com.
Okay. And what about Red Riding Hood?
Absolutely.
Books.com.
And we also, with new publishing company with my business partner, Miss Yolanda Nelson, is Red Riding Hood Publishing. We encourage everybody has a story to tell, so we say you can write a book. So it's redridinghoodbooks.com.
You know, it's funny because for the next 8 shows, My shows, well, we're going to have 6 authors.
Nice.
6 different authors. So,
Okay.
So you started that series off.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
I'm honored to start it off, too.
And your latest book is called what?
It's called Thank You for Your Time, ... You're Fired.
Okay.
That's the...
Oh, wow.
And it's really, the goal of it is really firing your boss, kind of firing your boss, becoming an entrepreneur, but really just building a side business that's something that you align your passion points and your talent, your natural talents. Everybody has God gifts, your natural talents. So you align and you right in the middle, and then you build a business around that. And normally that's something that doesn't feel like work a lot of times. Something is you're passionate about it, you're talented at it. So it's a natural business that you build. And then a lot of times they grow organically. So like the 7 or 8 brands that I have now, they grew organically from the Mr. Network.
Wow.
From about 10 or so years ago.
Time management, I guess, is very important to you.
Absolutely.
Because of all the different things that you're doing.
Absolutely.
How can one get the book, You're Fired?
Okay. Well, actually, you can pre-order it today. It'll be out in about a couple of weeks.
Well, actually, when the show airs, it's out now.
Yeah.
When the show airs, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can order through MrNetworkSays.com.
Well, it says so I just put it up. MrNetworkSays.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can Cash App $Denale Powell.
Okay. And what about if people are lazy like I am, can they call you?
They can always call me.
Okay.
They can email me, they can text me.
Okay.
I try to be as available as possible for all the
Okay.
different social media platforms or just the traditional forms.
Okay, so you have a 6818 phone number. Tell us about that. What is
it's 618-593-1545.
And Instagram is what?
Is at Mr. Network Says.
Okay. This is wonderful. This is great, Denale. Once again, for those who might have joined us late, why did you write this book and for whom?
This book is for any aspiring entrepreneur. It's also for people to know their worth in a corporate environment. In any job you get, a lot of times we get complacent. We forget we don't know our worth, our value. Time is currency, right? So we have to find a way to sometimes get that back. And I talk about building passive revenue streams. Where you're making money when you sleep. You hear about that, but how to actually do that. Now with the age of social and digital commerce, you can create, you can monetize different platforms to streamline passion points of yours. So obviously a book is information I wanted to get out there, and it's stories that I went through. Some companies that I worked for was treated not fairly, right? And some of that's in the book, treated maybe not getting raises and certain things like that, or just being laid off because of whatever reason they may have had, and I talk about the effect of that, but also how you bounce back, and then bounce back bigger and better, right? Okay. So it's a lot of those stories. And then clients that I've came in contact with, friends, family, and different stories that they've witnessed, and sometimes they let up on the short end of the stick, fired, getting laid off. It's the same thing, right?
So instead of working for a company, you teach them how to own the company.
Not just own a company, but build a legacy.
That's beautiful. But your graphic design work is also well known.
Yeah, thank you.
So you have a company that does graphic design.
Absolutely.
Now, what is that?
That's actually my original company. It morphed into different names, but now I primarily go through MrNetworkSays.com.
MrNetworkSays.com.
And Quick Spark Media. So we're a full service marketing media agency. So we do graphic design service, web design, mobile app, strategic marketing, social media marketing, and then video editing and so forth. Okay. So it's a small boutique firm.
How can they reach you on that?
That's www.quicksparkmedia.com.
Okay. And you do graphic designs, and you design folders and book covers and things like the classic and things like that. I know what you do for us at Harris Stokes University, and it's just wonderful. They love you there, and I love you too because you do so much for me.
I appreciate you, and it's an honor. It's definitely an honor and privilege to be here and just in your company. So, I'm always a sponge and a person who just like to be in good company, because I always say you never want to be the smartest or in the room, or you never want to be you never want to stop growing and learning. So have a wealth of knowledge at Harris Stokes, we have a lot of talent at Harris Stokes. But to be sitting here in the room with you, I'm completely humbled and honored.
Oh my goodness! So, thank you so much. You're making my head really swell.
And thank you for all that you do in the community and for consistent for time.
Thank you, Denale. But people just don't know. They have no idea the artistic value that you have. And there's so much, man, for you to take time to write a book about becoming an entrepreneur. Well, how would you define entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur is problem solving. And it's all about finding solutions. A lot of people complain. If you don't like something, fix it. You come up with a problem, a solution, fix it. And that's normally an entrepreneurial idea. And that idea can spawn off or grow organically into businesses. It can have multiple arms to it. I talk a lot in the book also about multiple streams of income. Okay. And that's how that looks, and how a lot of times it's obviously the passive income, is buy-sell income, it's investment income, royalties, and so forth. So there's several different ways to generate revenue through one business model. Okay, and this is a step-by-step template for that. Yes. So people who can get this book will know how to become an entrepreneur. Absolutely. Whether they follow through with it or not, but you certainly give them the blueprint to do so. Blueprint, foundation, and then it's 20 networking tips in the book. Wow. It's about 10 to 15 different just basic business tips, not how to avoid burnout, how to actually really network. Because I always say your network is your net worth, right? That's really great. Denale Powell's book, You're Fired, it's called. With the New Life Evangelistic Center, our new address is 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. Although Reverend Larry Rice, who's been serving the public for almost 50 years, is still trying to reopen 1411 Locust Street, downtown St. Louis, Missouri. It was a political move. They closed it, but it's all in the book, his latest book. But we need your help and support. And some of you have been supporting New Life for many, many years, and we thank you so very, very much. But every dime you give to New Life Evangelistic Center is an investment in new life for those who are really in need. And we want to thank you. And no contribution, no donation, no investment is too small. Every dime, every nickel is used for those who need, for those who need water, for those who need clothing, for those who need food, for those who need shelter. And we need your help and support. And you may help us through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri, 63166. Everything is tax deductible. Or if you're online, www.newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. And it takes less than 2 minutes to make that investment in New Life through MasterCard, Visa, American Express, or Discover Card. You'll feel good when you help those at New Life. Back with Denale Powell after this.
Hello, I'm Larry Rice, and I want to invite you to join me in moving into God's healing power of creation. We may be getting older, but we don't have to get bitter. We can get better as we take God's prescription, an invitation to move and experience His healing power by getting up out of the four walls and moving out into creation, beholding His wonders of creation, seeing evidence of the resurrection all around us from every seed that has popped out of the ground and brought forth His beauty and power at this time. Experience healing for your body, your mind, your spirit. Let Him lift the stress, the worry, the anxiety from you. I have to go into creation on a daily basis, beholding God's wonders, His beauty. Experience it. Take the prescription of time alone with God in the midst of His creation at this time and watch Him do exceedingly abundantly beyond what you can even stop and think. Yes, beyond what you can think about. Experience the beauty of His creation and healing for your soul.
We'll return to our guests after this Black History Moment. Today's subject, Reverend Vernon Johns. In 1954, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. succeeded Vernon Johns as the minister at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. Reverend Johns had a lasting effect on King, but personally and professionally. In The Stride Toward Freedom, his memoir of the Montgomery bus boycott, Reverend King described Johns as a brilliant preacher with a creative mind and a fearless man who never allowed an injustice to come to his attention without speaking out against it. He was born in 1892 in Arlington Heights, Virginia. As pastor from 1947 to 1952, Johns was an early proponent of civil rights activity in Montgomery, urging his congregation to challenge the traditional status quo. His early activism and challenges to the power structure paved the way for Dexter's congregation to receive King's socially active ministry and enable King to take the leading role in the Montgomery bus boycott. Our subject for today, Reverend Vernon Johns.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is an innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. When you tune in to NLEC TV, you'll discover a television station that has been operated by previously homeless individuals who've received broadcast training through New Life Evangelistic Center's unique on-the-job training program.
On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. Those needing energy assistance, food, clothing, or freedom from the cycle of homelessness will find that plus much more on NLEC TV. Now, you can receive NLEC TV by going to 24.2 on your television set or putting the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org. That's nlecstl.org.
Welcome back. My guest is Denale Powell. You know, to try to describe him in a few words is almost impossible because he does so many things. But I'm here to talk about his brand new book, You're Fired. And then here it is here, the journey to becoming an entrepreneur. And but he has so many other businesses. We were sitting here chatting during the break, and tell us some of the other businesses you're in. We have only about 4 minutes left.
Okay, I'll start in order and I'll be quick.
Okay.
So we know the Quick Spark Media. That's the marketing agency. Been around for about 15 or so years. Mr. Network is a subsidiary marketing. Is business, automotive, and entertainment. So
business, automotive, and entertainment.
Yes. So we'll bring guests. We brought Denale Jones here before, Carl Thomas.
Okay.
We'll do speed dating events, fun events, networking.
Okay.
And then it's the publishing company we mentioned, the Reed Riding Hood Publishing Books. Mm-hmm. But the newer company, well, the Automotive Brain is one of my larger companies. Now I have a partner, TQ, with that. He's been in business over 30 years in the automotive industry, one of the first African Americans to have a dealership and do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we do is obviously we're dealer brokers. We tell people tips in the automotive, how to buy, the at ease buying a car. I also have a mobile app tied to that. And we have mechanic, bodywork services, tow services, credit repair. So it's pretty much anything in the automotive spectrum.
Credit repair?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have a new company with a young man. It's called Campus Coin. So I'm in the cryptocurrency tech space too. So it'll be launching in October 15th. Mm-hmm. And that's a currency that's be tied to a lot of the HBCUs. So obviously our very own Harris State University, Lincoln University, Jackson State University, and then TSU.
Oh, wow.
Tennessee State. So that's a digital currency where you can invest at a good time. I don't know how much you know about Bitcoin and so forth, but it's a platform where currency is moving toward that direction.
Wow.
And then the last is the Mental Health Network. So that's a mobile app I created, and it's tied to. People don't realize I had about 11 years experience working with autistic adults.
Okay.
And I created co-founded an organization, Living with Purpose, which is a mental health organization, host companion home. Mm-hmm. So what we do with the mobile app is tied to resources. So several counselors or post-traumatic stress, and it's a free download for consumers to download iPhone or Android to have access, to not be intrusive, but have access to whatever your needs are, whether it's having an individual with autism, or you may be going through post-traumatic yourself, or you may have just issues that you're trying to resolve, and you can use this platform to go through.
So in order to really interpret all what you just said,
yes,
it'd be just easy to call you.
Yeah, absolutely.
What number will we reach you?
You can call me at 618 593 1545.
Or on Instagram, it's what?
It's at Mr. Network Says.
Okay. And Denale, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, man. And we can get the book.
Yes.
As up, they can order today.
Absolutely. You can order today at www.mrnetworksays.com.
mrnetworksays.com.
Or you can cash app me at, it's a $20 book. It's a $ Denale, capital D-E-N-A-L-E, capital P-O-W-E-L-L. That's through Cash App.
Denale Powell, that's your name.
Yes. Made it simple there.
I want to say thank you so much for Denale. It's so nice to see you. I see you at Harris State University, and I see you on Facebook and Instagram and different places. But to have you here in the studio, man, it's a thrill. Thank you so much.
Well, like I say, it's an honor and a pleasure. And anything you need, where I can be an assistant to you, let me know. And
you've always done that, and I appreciate it. And thank each and every one of you, too, for being here for us at New Life Evangelistic Center. Reverend Larry Rice, almost 50 years providing services for those in need. And we hope that you'll continue to do so. And we just want to say thank you for all the things that you've done for us. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a great day.